Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again with another mini set card review today, our third of the day. And we have one neutral card and 3 warrior cards to go over. And thankfully, none of them have a battle cry. So you're not gonna have to worry about that with that stupid, silly, bearded brand. We're gonna go over all those cards, although we got bombs back. Is that good? We want bombs back. Anyways, we'll talk about that in a second. If you want to win these cards, we have a giveaway going on for 3 mini sets out of my pocket. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video. Link down in the description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel for every 1,000 subs we get until May 14th when the mini set comes out. I will add another mini set to that giveaway, so hit that sub button. Make me go baroque. So starting off, we have a neutral bomb generating card, the Explodeneer, a 3-mana 2/4 minion, which has the ongoing effect that at the end of your turn, you shuffle a bomb into your opponent's deck. When drawn, it explodes for 5 damage. So we've seen this style of card many times before. I think there was like a neutral 5-mana 5/5 that used to have like battle cry, shuffle a bomb in. So yeah, you can just play this, shuffle a bomb in the deck. If it lives, it'll shuffle another, and then another, and then your opponent might die from that. Is that good on its own? Not really. There's not a lot going on with this card. It's not a lot of ways to really have your end of turn effects go twice. That's Drakari, Enchanter, and Wild, by the way, but even there, probably not really worth it. I just don't really see a point for this card at the moment in Standard. Even with the cards we'll take a look at later that do have some more bombs going on with Warrior, I just, don't really see the point. The stats aren't great. Just one bomb ain't gonna make it, and maybe you could have considered this as like an anti-Reno situational card, but that has been changed, right? Reno's based off starting deck now, so I'm gonna give this probably a 1 in Standard, a 1 in Wild, a card you don't want to pick in Arena. I mean, I guess I'll give it a 2 in Wild. It might have more validity there, like the old Reno cards can get shut off, where you're playing like old school Bomb Warrior. We have way more bomb cards, and this would like buff up your Dr. Boom from back in the day that would get enhanced by this. But yeah, overall, there's just not really enough reasons to shuffle bombs, right? Like you need more than just the bomb to happen, right? I don't see this as a really good card. Next, we have another one of these pack cards. There's quite a few this set, or in this mini set, the standardized pack. So Hunter, I think, got a bunch of beasts. Warrior will add, of course, taunt minions. Add 5 random taunt minions to your hand. At the end of your turn, discard them. So again, we mentioned like Gaslight Gatekeeper, you can shuffle them around, probably get to keep them, but overall, like taunt minions, they're not that cheap. They're not very flexible. Taunt minions kind of just suck. Taunt Warrior has been, they try to make it a thing so many times. It's like Fetch, it's not gonna happen. And we even have Fetch in Hearthstone, and that card hasn't really happened yet. So yeah, I don't know. I don't see this as anything other than like a little bit of a value card that you might feel okay picking in Arena. But in terms of Standard and Wild, I don't think I care enough. You can buff up your taunt weapon, I guess, that nobody plays right now. There's just not enough for Taunt Warrior to be a thing, and I just don't see any other point to this card. I just don't. I'm giving this a 1 in Standard, a 1 in Wild, but again, the flavor's cool. It's kind of a throwback to those Elise Ungoro packs, but at least with the Ungoro packs, you got to keep those cards. These just go bye-bye, unless, of course, you like shuffle it or whatever. So we have some mana cheat for a Warrior, the Part Scrapper, a 2-mana spell, lose up to 5 armor. Your next mech costs that much less. So this card's pretty spooky. Considering we have like that 2-mana spell in Standard right now that could be 0 mana. You could play that on 2, play Part Scrapper, and then your next mech, it's not this turn, it's whenever, you could save that and maybe play a Botface for 4 mana on turn 4. Play like the perfect Ziliax module that copies for 4 mana. You also have like Frozen Buckler in Wild too. Like you could cheat out some pretty big mechs, including one we'll take a look at. Pretty scary, and Mech Warrior's not that far off. I'm looking at like the 4/8 taunt that deals damage. Cheating that out on like turn 3 could be really good, but you do have to couple it up with another card. Other than like have the high roll, that 0 mana gain armor card, you got Shield Block. Shield Block works with this for like 4 mana. There's like multiple ways to have this happen, and it could be pretty spooky. Mana cheat can be really good, and Mech Warrior's not far off. Like, it really isn't. And this is a type of card that could really help elevate, put it over the top, because, you know, Mass Mana Cheat. It's really good. Who would have guessed, right? I'm definitely not sleeping on this. I know Warrior's all about brand right now. I think we all know that's going to get nerfed at some point, probably like a week or two after the mini set, maybe with the mini set. I think with a BG update, we saw a nerf to like Umpire's Grasp. It's possible with the brand stuff, it might get nerfed with the mini set. We'll see when the patch notes drop. Regardless, I think this card's really scary, particular in standard. In wild, yeah, you could do the same stuff, but I feel like wild can handle that type of thing. You got Big Shaman doing way crazier stuff, and that deck is still only like tier 1, tier 2. In standard, I'm giving this a 4. I think it's a very strong card, a very scary card for possible snowballs. And yeah, Botface just got buffed, right? Like that might actually make that card pretty insane if you get that down early. That much stats now. Look out. This is possibly scary. I'm gonna give it a 4 in standard. I'll give it a 3 in wild just in case. Even warrior, even mech warrior, insane, right? You never know. Mana Cheat, and a lot of it can be pretty darn scary. And well, what's the mech we got to go with it? Well, we have the Safety Expert, a 10 mana 8/8 mech. You can copy it with that neutral legendary we looked at in our deep dive earlier today. It's a 10 mana 8/8 mech with Rush, Death Rattle. You shuffle 3 bombs into your opponent's deck, which is considerable. That could be like 15 damage. This would have shut off Arena before, thankfully not anymore, but we do have that warrior weapon too, where you hit and break it. You can shuffle or activate Death Rattle, so you can shuffle another 3. Man, shuffling bombs or TNT into your opponent's deck sure does seem like a theme right now with that Boom Boss crap. And yeah, I don't know. Is this card worth? Probably not. You could cheat it out for 5 mana, right? With that other spell if you've already, consumed that much armor. But I think I'd rather cheat out other mechs like the ones I mentioned, Ziliax, the Death Rattle Taunt or whatever, because who knows, maybe they don't draw the bombs. Like, it's still a rush minion, it's still an 8/8, it's still got some pretty big girth to it, and of course Inventor Boom can bring this back as well. Maybe just like a big mech warrior will be elevated because of these cards, and maybe this slots in. Although I feel like you'd run other mechs instead with more immediate effect rather than a delayed effect of bombs. I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm gonna say that the other big mechs, if Mech Warrior pops off like I think it could, will make the cut over this card, but it is certainly possible. And again, shuffling bombs. Don't people love shuffling bombs? And again, I still don't think it makes that like neutral minion worth it at all, right? You just want to play this anyways. And for wild, I'll give it a 2 there as well, as again, it's a little, slightly a mega too slow there, but you never know. So that's it. That's all the cards today. We'll have more reviews tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.